Breathe fresh life into expectations with the seed of your surrender. Permit the stillness of presence to pervade and grow beyond the dirge of certainty. Cultivate a space where the quiet in presence may speak. Give yourself every opportunity to grow beyond what certainty vocally asserts. This is our daily invitation to ourselves. Beyond the attachment to certainty, which speaks in expectation and also resistance. For uncertainty, it speaks in expectation, and these expectations resist what they have decided is bad and what is thus good. And so we are daily invited into ourselves through the form of surrender, where we are presented with and born from wisdom and a timelessness of abundance. So we have the duality of expression between having the certainty and having the surrender. And certainty and expectations are great and fine, but to be weighed down by them through an attachment to them in the entirety of our existence is what blocks and prevents the seed of our surrender to be planted in the timeless soil we are rooted in, which thus grows in the form of revelation, transformation, wisdom, and beauty. And this growth from the timeless source our roots are planted in is abundant and eternal in nature. Whereas our certainties can be more temporary, more fleeting, though they had their uses, to be weighed down by them by the entirety of our existence. For the entirety of our possibility, our potential, our creative expression, inner and outer, to be limited to just expectation and resistance made in the image of and upheld by certainty. This is limiting by its nature. But if we can soften into ourselves, into the parts of ourselves which are quiet, that are still, we can be born from this presence within, in wisdom, in beauty, in revelation, and these come from a timeless source which is eternally abundant, and thus gives nourishment to our certainties and to our expectations and resistances. Because to have expectations and resistances do have utility. They can protect us. They can aid us and support us. But if they are not rooted in something which possesses wisdom, and we do not dare to soften into wisdom, to surrender into wisdom, to form a relationship with wisdom, with the parts of us that are wise and from which we grow from in an effortless abundance, then our certainties, which speak in the image of expectation and resistance, become unuseful, become a burden, become a dirge, become heavy, become an attachment of disconnection to ourselves. And so we are looking for this full-bodied nature where we can assert ourselves in expectations and resistance, but from a depth, from a root into our timeless soil where the seed of our surrender may grow from in the form of wisdom, abundance, and revelation and beauty. In this way, we can inform ourselves from our roots and express outwardly from this totality, from this connection and communion with ourselves, from our unbridled selves, where we are not only our certainties which speak in expectations and resistance, but also we are born from ourselves in the surrender that we permit, in the silence and stillness within ourselves that we permit to grow and to be heard and to be present with. This is this assertion and silence, this complementary companionship which we are daily invited to commune with, which can blossom beyond comprehension, beyond expectation. And so it is this understanding of not the separation, but the communion between the stillness or the silence and the assertion. And when we surrender into our silence, we are born in assertions which are fruitful and nourished by our abundant depths and wisdom. This is our call to action each day from the silence and space within that we nurture, unfettered by expectation or resistance. If we can create moments where we allow ourselves to be unfettered in stillness and silence, when the urge to resist parts of ourselves or parts of our environment, or indeed to project expectations on ourselves or our environment, if we can create these sacred moments of communion with our silence, it will then breed into assertions which are fruitful in the image of our soil, which has been permitted to grow from the seed of our surrender. This is our daily invitation. This is our daily treasure. This is our daily gift to ourselves, which no one can prophesize, no one can give, no one can plant, only but you and your intention of unconditionality to the sacred stillness, peace and silence which you cultivate and give room in yourself to speak and express and grow from. In this you will know in the image of eternal in eternal and effortless abundance. And with that, I leave you with your daily invitation. And until next time, goodbye.